Hello and welcome back everyone. This the second live stream of this. Well, it started off as a medieval design, but it ended up more like a Victorian style, old Greek Victorian style, which I am actually not worried about. I still like how this looks, and I think we're going to do a lot of improvement today as well. First of all, I want to build in the site, and once we get bored doing that, we're going to switch back to doing some garden work maybe, so keep that in mind as well. I need to build the sides in, and we're going to keep doing the same design as this. So how many blocks do we have here? Only one block separating these, so we can get rid of these as well. And then we can add some slabs. Right here, we need to do the same thing, I think. Yeah, that's the correct way. And then let's take some glass paints as well. Now, if you have suggestions, feel free to let me know, especially for the interior. Okay, we need some full blocks on the sides. Here we go. Now let's add some glass paints. SA Gamers built a devil castle. Yeah, I might do that at some point, but as you can see, I'm working on another project right now, so fortunately I can't stop and start another project right now. But it is a great idea. I might do something like that, but for now I want to focus on this build. But let me know if you like this one as well. Now let's fill this in. Okay, now let's build up the sides. Let's actually go all the way up. Now, if you are building this as well, you can obviously skip those blocks at the center, but I'm just going to fully place them in. And then we can do the same design over here as well. Go back up. Here we go, and let's do it over here as well. Okay, let's get rid of that, and let's place another block over here. Looks good. And we obviously need to decorate these sides again, like so, and then have some fences going up. Okay, and let's place some trapdoors as well. It is actually coming together very nicely, but again, it is a lot of repetitive work, unfortunately. Okay. Now let's not forget the buttons. And let's see, how did we do this? Okay, actually the same design with iron bars and deep slay. Okay, I think we can manage that. So let's get rid of these blocks. Let's add some slabs first. And over here we can just go up. And I'm only going to use the cracked deep slay, just to make it easier. Okay, then at the center we go up with some iron bars. Here we're going to have a lantern. And I think we need to do the same thing over here. Okay. And then we are going to add some stairs, and let's see how... Did I connect these 2 points? No. Okay, so we just need to go straight, and over here we're going to go across. Then we need to do the same thing over here. And obviously I'm going to build in the roof a little bit. Hello, Hussein. I can't unfortunately read what you sent, so I'm not sure if you are saying nice things or not, but I hope you do. Okay, looks good. Now I think we missed something on the side. Yeah, it is the spruce fence. I thought so, so let's build this in again. And obviously, again, we're going to place some buttons. And like I said, if you have suggestions, especially interior-wise, or even for the garden, let me know. Crotched. I can't, I really don't understand what you mean, to be honest. Let's see, do I miss something? Obviously. Yes, we need to go up again. Right. And we fill this in as well. Okay, looks good. And that's built in the sides. And this is actually what happens on each tutorial of mine. I'm just explaining you a couple times what I am doing. And then I will just click on my own for hours. And it usually takes a long time to build something. So, but it is great to do this live, to be honest. It actually gives... I don't think... I think I made a mistake, right? Why do I feel like this is not lining up? Let's go straight. Okay, I can see that. Oh, okay. We should get rid of this and then it should line up. Yeah, here we go. Yeah, now it does line up perfectly. No problems. I love you. Well, thank you. Okay, now let's actually repeat it over here as well. Now the annoying part of detailing wall is that if you miss one step and you make a screenshot, a lot of people are going to point that out, that you've made a mistake somewhere. So I try to not skip any parts. Okay, let's... And I think we need to place some trapdoors going across as well at some point. Okay, now... do we add trapdoors over here? Yeah, we do. Okay, then starting from this point. Okay, great. right here we're going to have windows again. So let's add some full blocks on the back side and on top. Give me some glass panes, please. Now, one thing I want to do is I want to have a massive building project in survival. But the main problem with that is that it is very difficult for me to get the requirements, because I actually really like to build with concrete or even quartz, but it is difficult to get a lot of quartz actually in large quantities. So that's why I prefer to build in actually in creative. And I can see that I missed a huge part of the window. Okay. So here and here, right? Yeah. Looks good, isn't it? I'm actually quite happy with this until this point. So I'm assuming that the rest of this is going to be great as well. But the only issue I think we are going to have is the garden, because I want to make a huge garden, to be honest. I want to make, well, I want to stop the garden somewhere around here, and then we go and build a massive wall surrounding this. So I have huge ideas for this project, but we still need to build in the remaining sides. And I have some great ideas for the roof as well. So that's all good and fun, but first we need to build in the remaining sides, which is going to take some time, but we get there. Okay, let's expand this as well. Okay, now let's go across. Yeah, and how are you all doing? I hope you all enjoy your last day. Well, it's still Sunday, right? Yeah, tomorrow there is school again. Or you might go to work. Depends on your age, obviously. I have to work tomorrow, but I'm still playing Minecraft at midnight. I should go and sleep, but you know, what's the fun about that, right? It's more fun to spend time on Minecraft building than being responsible and go to sleep on time. Okay, so we got that fixed. And let's add in the trapdoors. But let me know what you think about this build until this point. I hope you all like it as much as I do. It actually surprised me. I tempted to go for medieval design, but I think I'm not that great with medieval style, because I tend to go to the Victorian style anyway. But it looks fine by itself, so. Okay. And let's add some fences and concrete powder. Now, it actually doesn't really matter how you place this. I just place it in so that it gives a little more depth and color to the pillars. Okay, now let's place some trapdoors. And let's do it over here as well. Okay, great. We finished this side. Now, let's talk a little bit about the roof. I want to have another floor on top. So this time I'm going to use the roof as another room. As you can see, I still need to fill all of this in and obviously all of this as well. So it's going to take some time. But I think we did a fair job until now. So first I'm going to add the black concrete. And then we'll see how we fix the other sides. Okay, let's build all of this up. And right here we're going to go up with some, I think this is spruce, right? No, it's the dark oak wood. I thought it was spruce wood. Okay, then here we are going to have some glass on the sides instead of black concrete. So we need to skip that part and do the same thing over here. 2, 3. Good. Now, if you are lazy like me, then this is going to take a very long time. I'm actually quite lazy when it comes to building, although it sounds contradictory, right? Because my channel is all about building, and I'm actually very lazy. I actually skip a lot of steps myself whenever I show you something. What I mean by that is when I tell you that each window should look the same, I often don't place them myself right away. I actually do that after the video, just because it is, excuse me, much easier to continue on and then explain each step. Afterwards, I go and build it in myself. Okay, now over here. Oh, I could have placed some glass over here as well. Now I think about it. But no, I think this way it looks much better. So we are going to have some black concrete on the sides, and we are going to have glass right here. Then we're going to have glass right here, so we can add this in. Just build it all up. Are you guys actually excited about the 1.20 update? I am. Well, honestly, I like when Mojang adds building blocks. So the cherry wood is a very good option. And I think bamboo planks belongs to the 1.20 update as well. Correct me if I'm wrong, by the way. Okay. Black concrete, black concrete. And here we're going to add some black concrete as well. Okay, sorry, I needed to drink something. It's funny, I'm only live for a couple minutes, well, I think 10 minutes, and my throat is already killing me. And it's normal because in life, in real life, I don't talk much. I don't speak often, so if I make a video or I am doing a live stream right now, like right now, then My throat is letting me know that it isn't built for that. I'm not such a talkative person, unfortunately. And that might be the biggest problem of my channel. Because storytelling, man, I'm not the best storyteller. And it has more to do with the fact that I don't know if it would interest you anyway, so that's why I keep a lot of things to myself. And being entertaining is very difficult, right? So and I have to say I am a quite negative person, in the meaning of, if I talk about things, it's mostly whining about stuff, so that's why I don't have a lot of opinions about a lot of things. I do have my opinions, but I often keep them for myself, because it's not always politically correct, right? And it's not like I am a total douche or anything, but I like to be honest, and some people don't like that. Okay, so honest opinion. This is going to take a very long time. That's for sure. This is going to take a very long time. I might ask some of you for help as well, just to place some blocks, right? Like I said, I'm going to focus a little bit more on the exterior, and then I will switch and then do some garden work maybe. Because, no, I don't want to bore you all out by doing the same thing all the time. So we got that in, we got this in. Okay, let's go for this as well. Good. Here we go. Why do I feel like I missed something over here? Okay, so at the front side we got the entrance. Right here I want to have a wall. Now I am tempted to make a window shape, but using black concrete. So let me show you. It is a very great and easy and very lazy way to decorate, but it's going to look fine, I'm sure. Let's well, let's fill this all in. Why not? Just to make it easier to see and follow along. I want to make this dark oak wood because I want to make, well, this is going to be the start, obviously, of the second floor, so I want to make that visible on each side, so just to make sure that I don't make any mistakes later on. Okay, now let's build this and the remaining sides up. Okay, looks good. Now, how did we do that with the glass? I remember adding planks, chains, and end rods. So on the outer line we have end rods. Okay, I think I got it. So we go up and then we go in. right? Is this the correct side? Yes, it is. Okay, now we need to build this up and this as well. Great. Okay, now let's repeat it over here. And a question for all of you watching this right now or afterwards. Do you have any suggestions for tutorials? Now, what I mean by that is it can be a building idea, and it also can be a suggestion for the tutorial itself, like the technical part of it. Do you like how I do the time lapses, or should I? Is it detailed enough to follow along? And I have to be honest with you about this. If you go back and watch my first tutorials, well, my first couple tutorials, you will notice that they are not that great. I'm not talking specifically about the builds itself. I think the builds itself are okay, but I think the tutorials, they might be difficult to follow along because, you know, obviously when I started out, I really didn't had an idea about how I should do it, how a tutorial works. I've obviously watched a lot of tutorials, but it's different when you make tutorials by your own, right? It's one thing to see how things work, and it's another to do that as well. So, and I know for a fact that there is a lot of improvement available. Okay, now let's. Should I place class? Yeah, let's go and let's place each class. Okay, we're going to have Windows and Windows. Okay. It's funny if you build something for the first time, and that's maybe a great tip as well. If you build something, and it's going to take a little bit more work, but building it first, and then building it again, helps you actually remember the steps. And obviously, a very great advice for whenever you watch a tutorial is to watch the tutorial first, at least once, and then attempt to build it. Because once you follow something, it's possible that it doesn't make sense right away. But if you wait a little bit and you take a look afterwards, it makes sense. And one other thing is that I change things afterwards as well. So, for example, when let's say I made a mistake when I did the tutorial, I said, okay, you want to place slabs over here, and whatever, right? Let's say I showed this in the tutorial. After a minute or two, I come back and I say, one little change is that you want to have full blocks over here. So that's why it's a great thing to watch something first, then with all the mistakes, and then do it again, or build it. I'm sorry, not do it again, but just build it after you watched it at least once. And I can hear you saying that, well, you can just edit that out and then place that in. Unfortunately, that doesn't work like that when you make a tutorial, because let's say I made that mistake and I was showing you something about this, right? You will still be able to see this. So, and it's only going to frustrate you more and more once you realize you did something wrong, like I did over here. Okay, looks good. Let's do the same thing on this side then. Give me glass. Thank you. Now, another building tip maybe is don't be afraid to make mistakes. And now I get it, it's not the greatest tip you can give, but it is when you start building something or when you start creating something, just build. And 8 of the 9 times or 10 times you are not going to like what you've built. But that's fine, because it just helps you to get, you know, to feel the creativity. So let's even say you made something, but you really didn't like how it ended up. I bet that there is still a great part of that build or a great design which you can use for something else. And I have to admit, I deleted one video just because the build was so bad. it was just not bad, but it was the definition of bad. And it was I think it was during the winter time, and I made a Eskimo home, you know, which, well, supposed to be round, right? Well, not round, but needs to have a I think it's called spiral or sphere. I'm sorry, a sphere. Well, I nailed the design of it, but it just looked so awful. And once I and I promise you, once I reach 1 million subs, I'm going to share that build anyway. The video has been featured well, for how long? I think it survived like 3 hours, and I just deleted it after 3 hours just because it was so bad. And it even didn't perform that bad. I expected to that it would perform badly. That was my expectation, but surprisingly it didn't. But ultimately it's not about that, right? It's about my personal satisfaction. I was just so unhappy with that. And it's funny, and also there are many tutorials, and it's well, for you, when you watch a tutorial or you watch a video, you don't really think about I'm not going to say what that person is going through, but what goes through the mind of the creator, right? Do you ever think about that? I always, well, not always, but it sometimes pops up in me, like you hear a very calm voice, and I'm not talking about myself, obviously, but you hear a voice talking, and the most important thing, and that's how it feels, is that thing they are doing at that exact moment, right? It feels like that. But as someone who creates build, well, not creates, as someone who makes builds, I can promise you that oftentimes when I just talk as if nothing happens in my mind, I'm thinking about a very different thing in my mind. Not right now, because right now I have to talk and build, but often when I make a tutorial, in my head, I'm just somewhere else, thinking about life and that kind of stuff. It was funny. Um, also, there are so many videos I've made while I was sick, and those are, you know, the most difficult ones, because in my mind I am like, okay, I have to make a video, right? But my body says no, 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 you can't. I had some problems with headache. I don't know. I don't know why, but especially last couple months, I have to say, I get sudden headaches, and they are just unbearable, right? Just it's so much that it makes me feel sick, literally. But and I don't know if you have seen the storage house tutorial. Um, I can show it to you at some point later on, but the storage house tutorial, the funny story about that is that I never felt so sick in my life while I was making that video. I don't know why, but I just felt terrible. And it was a huge project. I mean, the video itself took 43 minutes. Yeah, I think the video is 43 minutes, but I've spent like 2-3 hours building it. And then there is a part where I designed it all, so that took me an hour or two as well. And I have talked about this a lot of times. When I build something, when I come up with a design, I never finish the whole build. I always build the front side, and only the front side, because often once you got the front side, everything just shows itself, right? So for example, this build, we've started this project building the entrance, side walls. So now when I go to the side, I just know how it's going to look. And that it's the same story with the back side, because we have the basics for each part of this build, right? We already know all of this just because the front side is finished. And that's why you often see a lot of builders just building and making sure that the entrance looks good. It's just slick, it looks good, because once you nail this, it's just the fact that the sides and the back side is going to look lovely as well. So that's another tip I can give you if you struggling to come up with ideas. Now, I want to share with you another unpopular opinion. And this might hurt my channel even. Looking to other creators. Now, I spent like 5 minutes on Reddit or Pinterest to see what everyone else is building, right? And it just can be so discouraging to do that, because once you see how talented and gifted people are, you start to doubt yourself. So my advice to you is, if you're not like me, and then go ahead and watch other creators build something. But don't get me wrong, getting inspiration is always a great thing, and I like to find inspiration from real life. I really like the medieval building design. I really like, well, not the modern architecture. I think the modern builds, I don't know, it's just too simplistic when you compare it to medieval design, right? Or even Greek design, old Greek building style, the Victorian, I think it's called. But there are definitely very good builders. I want to say that as well. And it's always a great thing to learn from others, which I try to do, obviously. I like learning from others, so one thing, let's go for a different, well, it's not a different design, but maybe something like that. And maybe some buttons. Yeah, why not? I think it will look fine anyway. Looks good. Now we got that, and we got this, and we actually filled each side, which means that I can focus on the roof. So first of all, we need to go all the way around with some stairs. Welcome to the repetitive work. It's funny when I think about my life. Well, it's not funny, but it's interesting, I should say, that I have I majored in IT, in network management. Well, it's actually called network and application management, but I've never did something with it. I didn't do anything with it, which is unfortunate, because I really like managing, well, not managing networks, but servers and setting up servers, like work environments. If I would do that as a profession, I would be sitting on a desk for probably 12 hours instead of 8, because if you have been somewhere with an IT department, you just know that they can make changes only when nobody is working. So when everybody goes home, we start working. Well, to be honest, that's what happens if you make videos on YouTube. Because I really like to make videos at night when it is quiet, when and I don't scream or yell, so the neighbors aren't bothered by me. And almost done, and I am actually pretty I just want to know, how many blocks did we use until now? Okay, almost 3,500 dark oak wood, almost 900 spruce stairs. Well, it's not that much yet. And keep in mind with that, and keep in mind that we are not done with the roof yet. So I went in too far. So now let's get the second row. But yeah, well, I was talking about my education. So I might do IT work at some point. I might step into the IT world at some point again. because like I said, I really like working with servers, managing them, setting up work environments, managing accounts. So and although I say it myself, I was pretty good in it as well, because I've spent a long and a lot of time learning almost anything about it. So it's a weird feeling to know that I have a degree in something and I'm not doing anything with it. So right now I have a job which I don't like, but yeah, that's life, right? And honestly, sometimes things just make sense. If I had a job in IT, I probably wouldn't make videos and I wouldn't do anything with YouTube, because one of the main reasons for me to start a YouTube channel was to, well, was actually because I wasn't happy with what I was doing. I wasn't happy with my job. I'm still not happy with my job, but I need it, right, to live. So, but I needed to have that creative freedom, so to speak. I don't know if that's a thing, but and I gave this example a lot, and it might not be a great example, but it's just my opinion, I should say. I can work for 12 hours, 14 hours, 8 hours. It doesn't matter, right? I don't mind working. If you don't work, you won't get anything, right? You have to work hard. I get that. But working for a boss, it's just like, especially when you do something you don't like, it's just mentally, it is very difficult to handle that mentally. And as a child, it's funny though, my interest for building comes from my childhood, actually. Not necessarily building itself, but I was very into drawing, and I am okay in it, I should say. I spent my whole life drawing, actually. It is my main hobby. And then once I started to play Minecraft, I saw the opportunity to build in 3D. And that's how I actually see Minecraft. It is for me 3D building, although we have to do with squares and edges and not necessarily circular shapes, but it doesn't matter. You get what I mean, right? So, and don't get me wrong, I'm not talking bad about my job. I am not happy with it, but it's a fine job. I can do it, right? And one thing I want to let you know as well is that I didn't start YouTube, for the money or anything, because if that was the case, 2 years I didn't earn anything from all of this, right? From the whole channel. So if I would have a regular job, which I had, that would earn me so much more money. So this is just more a creative outlet for me than a way of income. So, and I think that's the best way to see this, because if it's all about your expectations, right? If you have a lot of expectations in life, if you have very high expectations in life, I'm sorry, but you are doomed to get disappointed, because reality of life is going to, it's going to show you and tell you that it requires hard work, like everything. And if you have a regular job and you just are happy with your job itself, that's great. Stick with that. But I wasn't, and I still don't know if I did the right thing, right? If I don't know if this all at the end going to be worth it. I don't know that. Like I said, I think, yeah, it's around 2 years now, and yeah, you know, I make videos for 2 years, and I have around 500 videos, I think. Yeah, 500. Plus, I have hidden I think 20 or 30 videos. I just made them private just because they were just bad. And like I said, there's only one which I have deleted. I deleted that video from the history of internet just because it was just bad, just horrible. But yeah, I'm admitting that it was just bad. Okay, so enough talking. I want to add some windows on top of the roof. Well, not on top of the roof, but somewhere over here. And I need some time to figure out what to do. So this is a very great moment to give me some suggestions. Because we need to work in some walls, some windows and walls, because I don't want to have that standard roof, right, which goes like that, and then so maybe we can create another tower shape, maybe here, going up with some pillars, then over here as well, and then we add a roof on top. I don't know. I will come up with an idea soon. So let's see, can I give you another practical tip about building? Yes, less is more. Now when you look at this, it looks too much, right? It looks very detailed, but it is not difficult for the eye to look at it. You can see each detail by its own, except for the roof. We can argue about the roof, but like this, it just looks so crowded, but still, it is very visible. Each detail is visible by its own. So when you are building something, try to keep it simple. Yes, even this is simple. If you look at this and you go to your Minecraft world, you can just build this in just by looking at it. And that's how I try to keep my tutorials as well. Just because I know that if I start doing shapes like this, let me show you. Let me show you. If I start doing shapes like this, and I'm like, okay, you want to build this in, and then we're going to go up on the sides. We go in like so, and then we come here and we go back, and we connect these 2 points. Well, good luck with making a tutorial for this. You know, so that's why I like symmetrical builds, because when you do something symmetrical, how difficult it even looks, you should be able to rebuild it or build it again because there's symmetry. Symmetry means literally that this side is the same as this side. So once you know how to build one side, you know how to build the other. And that's what makes symmetrical builds easier to build along. And that's why my medieval builds shift to the ancient Greek design, you know, the Victorian / Greek design, because medieval builds aren't symmetrical. Medieval builds are known for their lovely shapes. And yeah, there are many great channels who can make a tutorial for builds like that. But yeah, like I said, this is how I like to build. Now, again, in my mind, I'm thinking about the roof because I want to do something different this time. Maybe I need some more time to think about it. I might focus on the garden first. Okay. Then circular shape maybe. Well, not a circle, but maybe something like this. Then we skip 3 blocks. Why not? And let's build this side in as well. Here we go. I think that's a great start for the garden. Now I can get rid of this. So for the pathway, maybe some deep slate and black concrete. So if I place deep slate tiles on the sides, then maybe some black concrete at the center. I don't know. I'm not that convinced with this, to be honest. Well, it doesn't look bad, but it doesn't look that great either. Well, let's finish it first and we'll see. Let's see once we have it all in. What? Here we go. Good. Then let's connect these 2 points. Then let's replace this. Okay. No. No. Just no. No. I'm not happy with this. So, change of plan. Let's try the black concrete powder. Let's take a look again. Yeah, I think this fits the environment a little bit more, so and I'm going to add some decoration at some point, obviously. Good. Let's put this in. Now we can replace the remaining blocks. Okay. That looks good. Now, still needs to decorate this, so let's add some spruce fences from the sides. Then let's have fences going across. Let's connect these 2 points. Okay, now we'll still need a way to access this and this area, so let's create a pathway over here and just over here as well. Let's have some leaves on top of this. Okay, then over here we're going to go across some fences and let's add some leaves on top of this. Not bad. So another thing I want to do is adding some sugarcane. Let's replace these 2 blocks. Let's place some sugarcane. Okay. Let's take a blue orchid, my favorite flower. Let's place that in as well. And maybe some rose bushes on the sides. Let's actually switch them up. Yeah, just something like that, and then we can add buttons over here just to decorate this part. I'm going to leave it out over here. We still need to light it up. Well, let's simply use some lanterns. Okay, then on the sides. We go up. Yeah, just with some leaves. Great. Oh, I almost forgot. Let's take some flowering azalea. And maybe one there. One on this side. Maybe. Yeah, why not? Over here, we're going to do it like this. Great. Does start to look like a garden. Okay, now let's build this in. I want to go up from here, so let's take our cobblestone and some regular stairs. Let's go up, maybe 2 rows. Okay. Then we'll go. How many blocks should we go? Maybe 6? Or do I keep... yes, let's go in line with this. Perfect. Let's go in line with that. And let's do it over here as well. Okay, good. Then we go until this point, right? Yes. Okay, now I want to add some glowstone. Should I glowstone or a redstone lamp? Redstone lamp looks great, to be honest. Do we have glowstone? We'll see. I'm going to do glowstone over here and redstone lamp on this side, just to see which looks better. So for here, let's go for glowstone. Now let me take some slabs, because I want to place this going across. Okay, glowstone looks... well, looks fine. Then over here, let's go for the redstone lamp. I think the redstone lamp is going to be a better option. Well, honestly, there is not much of a difference. Yeah, there is not a lot of difference, so I'm going to keep it with glowstone just because, well, it is actually easier to get than the redstone lamp. Well, I don't know, but I think it differs so little that both will look fine. Okay, now let's fill this in. Then let's go across with some fences, right? Yes, and then go up again. For the sides, we're going to place some dark oak trapdoors. Just to cover this up. Then we can just go out with some black concrete. Yeah, why not? it looks fine. So let's go in. Good. Give me some slabs. And here we go. Yes, just like that. Why not? And we can add some stairs again. Then go down. Yeah, I'm sorry if I'm quite... I'm just so focused on building this. Okay, so now we still need to keep lighting this up. Maybe is this the center? I think that's somewhere near the center, so. Right. Okay, so any suggestions or any opinions about this build until this point, obviously? Okay, now one thing I think is going to look great is having some decoration over here as well. So wherever we have a lantern, I'm going to add a fence. Right there, right here. And why does... okay. And right here. Let's increase the amount over here. And over there. We can even add some trapdoors. Yeah, well, it's unnecessary. It doesn't change too much. Maybe the spruce trapdoor. Well, it adds a different color, I guess, so why not? Then at the center, we go for another lantern. Yeah. Then on the sides we can go up with some leaves again. Now, do we go in line with that or do we go up one block? Well, first let's actually stay in line. For here again, we are going to do the same thing. Okay. It looks fine, right? And then I'm going to go with this similar design going all the way around. That's the next huge part of this project. And as you can see, I try to focus on different things because I don't want to bore you out with the exterior, so that's why I started the garden plan. And honestly, it's fine, it looks great. So over here we need some stairs just to cover this up. And this is not going to be the main entrance. The main entrance is going to be somewhere here. So this all is going to be a piece of the garden. And I actually want to go diagonally instead of going out to this point, going in and up. I'm going to build this probably on this side, on that side, and on the back side. Or I might go for a whole different design. So it's one of those options. And I wonder how long it has been. Oh, it has already been an hour. A little bit over an hour. Well, time flies. But I'm going to be around for, I think, for some time now. I think I will continue a little bit more. But yeah, I need to have the time to think about what I'm going to do next as well. So we got that in, we got this in. Let's place some more sugar cane. Can we? Yeah, why not? I placed the wrong block, right? Yeah, I did. Water buckets. Okay. Good. I don't really like that, so let's take a look at it from a different angle. So imagine this there, and on the back side. We'll still need to connect these two. Oh no, I can't do it on the sides. So I'm able to build this on the back side, but on the sides we need to come up with a different idea. Yeah, because we've got this thingy going on. And now I when I look at this sheep, it reminds me that we still need separate areas for animals. I want to have a separate area for horses, for farms, actually farmland. Ooh, what might be a great idea is that we dedicate a whole side to farm, but for farmland. So we make a massive farm area, and let's see, maybe not a massive, but let's say we make a 9 by 9 area for each crop. So we got wheat seeds, carrots, potatoes, and beetroot, right? And I will have some trees for cacao and bamboo and all that kind of stuff. So I can even use these sites, therefore, but I don't think it's necessary. Let's first try to go in. How far do I need to go in until this lines up? Okay. That's a very diagonal line. Okay. Do I make it 2 blocks? No. We'll stay with the 1, and then we can go up, maybe with some fences. Huh. I don't know. I don't know if I like this. No. No. Change of plan. Again. No. This is not going to work. I really liked the idea of going, you know, within a angle, but no, it just doesn't look right. But if I go till in line with this block, And then I'm going to build in a circular shape. So if I'm not wrong, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Then you go in 2 twice. It was right. No, you go in 1, go out 2, go in, go out and in. I think that was it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Go out 3, 2, 2. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and we have a circular shape. And then we can use that on each corner to make a farmland. Genius, right? Let's do it over here before I forget. Okay. And it doesn't have to be perfectly the same, so 3, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 2, 2, 2, yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we go. Lovely. Now we can expand this. But I'm not. I'm going to continue on over here till this point. Then we can have another staircase going up. Then we are going to make this 2 blocks high instead of 1. Okay. Now, this side over here is going to be an entrance as well, so that we can continue that way. And also, I need to make a 2 wide pathway so that we can go through this farmland without destroying everything. So and then we'll build this in. After that, we take some stairs. Let's take these spruce stairs and we go in and around. Um, so looks fine, I think. Then we can add some stairs over here. And this time I'm going to use the same design. So we're going to replace this with some black concrete powder. And on the sides, I'm going to use some black concrete. Okay, let's do the... Good. Now let's fill this in with some grass. We'll make a pathway later on, so let's fill this in first. It has been a while for me since I have decorated a garden. I often make very simple gardens. Well, honestly, I don't spend a lot of time making a garden. That's the thing. But yeah, now you actually get the feeling of how it actually feels to come up with a design, or how to think, or how long it takes to come up with something. Because there's a good chance that I'm not going to like how this looks and just completely get rid of everything and start all over again. So, and I'm talking about this part. Okay. Now we can go up and in. And I might add some leaves on the back side of this, or even some slabs on top, but we'll see. I definitely need to add lanterns just to light it up, so let's do that first. Good. And that is going to be a farmland, like I said. Just maybe. Yeah, why not? Okay, let's get a hoe and let's get some slabs. Now, where am I going to place the water source? Oh, I know it. We're going to use this and this and these sides. Oh no. Good. Okay, let's do it over here as well. Now I think we have enough water to get the whole garden done. Let's leave two blocks of space. Doesn't matter. Okay. I will make a pathway after this. Now let's take shovel. Okay, we need more water sources, as I can see. So let's use this and this side. Now it should all be fine. Yeah, that should be fine. Now let's again take some leaves. Okay. And yeah, I think adding some leaves helps definitely, and then we can even add some sugarcane. And obviously I'm going to add some orchids and some rose bushes. Yeah, now we can have different crops on this side, on that side, and I'm going to do it on the back side as well. But it's starting to come together lovely. Now, for this live stream, that is going to be it. I think we made lovely progress, and thank you all for joining me. It was a long and a creative day. But if you like this, feel free to like, share, and if you're new, don't forget to subscribe. Have a nice day, and I'll see you the next time.